Keeping you informed. This is In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS.
Hello and welcome to In.form here on 101 Country, WBDC and 18 WJTS. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and this afternoon we're talking about something a little bit different but very exciting here for our Dubois County and surrounding areas. We're talking about Being for Others, the Health and Wellness Foundation, a recently formed nonprofit entity. Again, I'm not going to over-explain it too much because we have the president of Being for Others with us today. Mr. Christian Blome's in today, so we're very excited to have you and very excited to talk about these amazing, fun, unique opportunities coming up for you guys.
It's so good to be here, and I'm excited to share about the foundation and our upcoming event and grant cycle.
Yes, you guys have a very unique kind of thing going on with Being for Others, and I'll say it maybe by myself, or maybe I'm not by myself. When I first heard about Being for Others, I didn't really understand what it was or what we were kind of expecting there, and as you were kind of telling me off air, it's a little bit of something different, but it's a nonprofit that's going to serve the community here. So without a further ado, Christian, will you tell us a little bit about what Being for Others Foundation is and how it came about and kind of what your guys' mission is?
You bet. So a year ago in February, locals might remember Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center became affiliated with Deaconess Health System based out of Evansville. And with that affiliation, or as a part of that affiliation, Deaconess made a donation of $20 million to invest in the service region of Memorial. And what they did is they provided those funds to be invested to fund a private foundation, which is Being for Others, and with the goal of helping to improve the overall health and wellness of the communities served by Memorial Hospital. So if you think about Dubois County and then the 7 surrounding counties, that's really the service region of Memorial. And we couldn't be more excited to be here and really look forward to partnering with the community.
Right. And with that, again, you mentioned servicing the community. It's not necessarily meant to be servicing the hospital entities as they are.
Right.
And again, you guys are going to be taking the opportunity to actually meet with the community and have a celebration of sorts at your guys' upcoming open house this week, right?
Yes. Yeah, we're having an open house. It's open to the community. There's no fee. You can just show up. It's this Wednesday from 11:30 to 1. There'll be a short program at 12 noon. We're located in the old tourism office at the Dubois County Museum. So if you think about as you're going north on Newton and you come up to the museum on the right, we're right there on the end of the museum as you pull into the parking lot. You can see our new signage is up if you haven't seen it already. But we'd love for the community to stop in on Wednesday, tour the facility. We're going to have an amazing grazing table from Cafe Pina.
Ooh.
Really excited about that. And then we'll share a little bit about our upcoming grant cycle that opens this week and our priority pillars and how organizations in the region can apply for a grant to help their work.
Right. And again, for those who are, trying to think of where the museum is, it's in like the northern but middle part of Jasper, 2704 Newton Street in Jasper.
Yes.
And you can park behind the building, so don't take up too much of the parking at the front. Definitely going back. And you'll see on the south side, you guys have some beautiful banners on your windows and on the doors and whatnot, so you can definitely make sure to stop in there from 11:30 to 1 Eastern time on Wednesday, March 19th.
Yes, Eastern time for sure. There's also a little bit of parking on the far north side of the building, right next to the Ruler sign.
Right.
Ruler has a sign out by the road, and that parking lot there at the end by the road is a part of the museum too, so you can park there and walk down the sidewalk if you'd like to.
Yeah, and hopefully it's a beautiful, sunny, warm day. Maybe not as crisp as it was this morning, but we can definitely hope for some beautiful weather on that day as well. So will you tell us a little bit about the grant cycle and what that kind of entails? Again, as an entity that's giving out grants in the local community, a lot of other organizations might wonder, what makes me qualify? So what do we need to know about the grants?
Yeah. So the way the investment from Deaconess is structured is we took that $20 million and placed it in kind of a package of investments that are designed to produce a yield each year. interest and dividends. And so we're going to take those interest and dividends and grant them to the 8 counties, to nonprofits and organizations doing work in those 8 counties. And so what we're looking at right now are 3 cycles for 2025. The first cycle opens this week, and it closes on April 15th. So they've got about a 4-week window to apply for grants in this first round, and then those monies will be distributed in June. Then the second cycle and the third cycle are a little bit longer. So if you're listening, don't, we'd love to get you in the first cycle, but if you don't get it in that first month, you've got a little bit of time. The second cycle runs from April 16th through June 10th. And then third cycle opens June 11th and runs through October 7th. So they've got 3 opportunities to apply for funds. The grants that we're looking for are grants designed to address something called social determinants of health. And what that means is looking at the root cause of everyday health challenges. Why, instead of, if you think of something as common as obesity, instead of just trying to treat or impact the what the results of obesity, it's really looking at the root cause. What is it? Access to healthy foods? Is it access to education about how to eat a more healthy lifestyle or how to cook in a more healthy way? So those are the things that we're thinking of, just as one example. But we've got 8 pillars or kind of priority areas. And some of these, again, social determinants of health, some of these you may think that's health and wellness. The first one is access to comprehensive health care. So that makes sense. Mental health and substance use support, healthy living and chronic disease prevention. Pillar 4 is transportation and connectivity. That's not one that might come to people's minds,
right?
When they think about health and wellness, like how does transportation? But if you think about some of our rural areas of our 8-county region, some people really struggle with how to get to the doctor or to a provider even. And so they may put off healthcare because of that. So addressing the connectivity needs is a priority for us. Pillar 5 is early childhood and family support. And then housing and economic stability. That's another one that might not come to mind when you think about health and wellness.
Right.
But if you don't have those basic needs met, like housing, it's hard to really address any other sort of wellness issues in your life when you're worried about where you're going to sleep that evening. So we want to help people find that housing security so that they can then use that as a step towards better health and wellness.
Right. And again, health and wellness does not have to mean the typical senses of health and wellness. I hear health and wellness and I'm like, well, what about my mental health? What about making sure all the boxes are checked? So there's a lot of different aspects that people really aren't, again, it's the stuff we put on the back burner, the stuff that you're not really consciously thinking about that would contribute towards this.
If you think about any of our nonprofits in this region, and they're all working in totally different spaces, and there's some are focused on kids and some are families or everybody. Really, all of their work, I think, in some way could tie back to contributing to the health and wellness of our community. We're all trying to raise the community up, and we're trying to improve people's lives. And so I want to encourage anybody who's listening out there that you're part of an organization that is doing this change work within this 8-county region. Come talk to us. We'd love to talk to you and hear your ideas, and we can help brainstorm with you about what your grant application looks like. So don't discount yourself. We were talking about this off the air too. You might think, oh, my organization doesn't quite fit those pillars. We don't want you to make that decision without talking to us first. We will help you craft an application that fits both what you need as an organization and what our mission is as a foundation.
And that is so important. And I can already tell just the way you're describing that, the passion that you have for trying to make this work for everybody, because it is a community effort. It's a team effort so that you can continue to provide all of this and continue to make the community better. And with that, I will say and remind people as well that this does not just include Dubois County. So looking at our 8 counties, we've got Davies, Martin, Orange, Crawford, Perry, Spencer, Pike, and again, Dubois County. Yeah. So you guys have a pretty broad range of service or grants that you're trying to send out in our southern Indiana area. You bet. Yeah, the Memorial Hospital really is a regional medical center serving a large geography, and because of that, it draws people into Dubois County for that healthcare, and they also have extensions in all of those and providers in all of those counties too. So we're excited to connect with the organizations working in those communities and help build capacity to help them scale what they're doing or help them even launch brand new projects. Right. And with that, whether it's just a normal consumer, listening to this interview or maybe watching or anything like that, or maybe it's one of these nonprofit organizations, now that you guys are established and you're trying to get your grant cycles going and all of that stuff, how can we learn more about Being for Others, whether it's online or how do we support you guys? You bet. So we are, and I'm going to hit that last point first. How do we support Being for Others Health and Wellness Foundation? We are a granting only foundation. So we're not replacing the hospital foundation. The community foundation is still there and active. We're an addition, we're supplementing. So the ways that you can support our work is by getting this information out to your networks and connecting with the organizations that you care about most. Share the BFO information with them and say, hey, here's a potential funding opportunity, would be the best way right now that you could help us. And the way that you can get more information, we'd love to see you Wednesday. There's going to be a ton of information and delicious food, Cafe Pina, on Wednesday. So hope that you'll come to see us. But otherwise, you can go visit our website, beingforothers.org. You can also follow us on Facebook or give us a call at 556-0400. Or you can email us at info@beingforothers.org. So several ways to reach us. You can also stop by the office there on the south side of the museum. As you said, we've got some really brightly colored displays in our windows. You can't miss it. Right. And I will say they're nicely placed and very beautifully done. So, again, it's pretty good to stand out there on the side of the building. But thanks. Christian, will you remind us one more time your big event happening this week? I know you kind of hinted at it, but will you give us the TLDR rundown one last time before we let you go? So it's the Being for Others Health and Wellness Foundation Open House. It's this Wednesday, the 19th, from 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It's an open house so people can come and go. However, we'll have a short program at 12 noon where we'll go over the pillars, we'll go over the budget for this grant cycle, and then talk about next steps of how to apply. And then there'll be time to network and visit and tour the space. So again, this Wednesday, March the 19th, open to the public. Come see us at the Dubois County Museum. Very good. And would you recommend having an open mind coming to this open house this week? For sure. Have an open mind, think big, think bold, and we're ready to partner. Very good. Well, Christian, we appreciate you coming in and giving us the rundown. As always a pleasure to have you in, and we hope the best for Being for Others as you guys kind of traverse 2025 and see how the community lifts you guys up and you can lift them up in return. Thank you. It's always good to be here. Thank you so much, and thank you so much at home or wherever you are listening and watching to your In.form program here on 101 Country WBDC and 18 WJTS. And today we have been talking with Being for Others, the Health and Wellness Foundation, located in Jasper, Indiana. And of course, make sure you're at that open house on Wednesday, March 19th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. Eastern. And there's a press conference at noon at the Dubois County Museum on the south side of the building.
This has been In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS. Catch past episodes on our social media pages and our websites. If it matters to you, it matters to us. In.form.